viewers, and welcome to yet another episode of Conversations with Iyobosa. With me, your girl, Iyo. Who else? There's no one else, so Iyobosa. Okay, so on this show, you know how on my show I like to mix it up. I like to bring guests who are of varied backgrounds, right? So I've featured entrepreneurs, I've featured people in the creative space, I've featured healthcare professionals, I've featured corporate professionals. I've even featured my friend where we're just like gisting, catching up on like college life. So today we're gonna go down sort of like the creative path, right? I have here on the show with me my childhood friend. We go way back to our secondary school days. This is like 26 years ago, right? Anyway, her name is Ahme Bazunu, and she's the creative designer. You guys will agree with me why I brought her on the show. Just wait. She is the creative designer of Ahme Couture. And this is a brand that manufactures luxury handmade bags and shoes using genuine leather and exotic skins. We will see, you will see. And the one thing I like about her brand or her company is that she gives back to the community. So we're going to be learning a lot about how she started, why she decided to go into it, and how she gives back to the community. So without further ado, Ahme Bazunu, welcome to Conversations with Iyobosa. I am really glad to have you here.
Hello, Yobosa. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here. You're
Yes,
doing
yes.
an amazing thing, by the way.
Thank you so much. So me, I'm gonna give you a little bit of grief. Guys, back in college, this lady just still looks the same from like 26 years ago. It's like time has not even changed for her. Time has just look at that. Still looking slim, pretty. Please, what is the secret sauce, Ahme? You need to share with us all. Share with the sister, please.
Oh my God, Yobosa, I'm sure I've changed a bit, added a little bit of pounds, but yeah, what's the secret of looking good? I think it's peace of mind.
Okay.
Yeah, peace of mind, and then having a good lifestyle. I tend to try to live right, eat right, sleep enough, and just have a healthy lifestyle. I guess that's what it is.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So that's the secret. I'm sure the genetics has something to do with it because you cannot. I mean, all of us we don't born Peking, we don't gain. Although you say you've gained, I not see him, but it's okay. It's okay, Sha.
I've gained, because trust me, I've gained weight
Are you
from
serious?
26 years ago.
Please, please. But you're looking fabulous, looking fantastic. And guys, back when we were in college, I mean in high school, they used to call her the Naomi Campbell of our time. And I'm sure you people can see. So we're gonna put side by side photos. You can see, right? Does she not look like Naomi Campbell? She does, right? I told you guys. Anyway, Ahme, welcome to the show. Let's get into it. So tell us about your brand. Tell us about Ahme Couture. How did you decide to go into it? Did you study, design in university, or did you always have this knack for designing? I guess talk to us about it.
Okay. I It goes way back like 12 years, 13 years ago. I never really studied fashion or designing in school. I actually studied international studies and diplomacy. But fashion has always been something I love. I love fashion. So
Okay.
and it comes natural for me. I design my clothes and just get like a tailor or something to make it. It comes natural. So it wasn't hard for me to go into that line of business at all.
Hmm.
It's a passion, and it just made sense for me to do fashion as a
Okay.
business.
Okay. So, but how did you decide? So, I mean, in the within the fashion industry, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of depth and breadth to it, right? So, how did you then decide? You know what? I'm gonna focus on luxury handmade handbags as well as shoes. I guess talk of versus maybe going into sewing outfits. So, how did you? I guess what was the aha moment?
Well, truthfully, I started my fashion business with clothes. We used to make couture ready to made to measure clothes. And
Okay.
then I left that space and came into bags because I realized that there was a market for bag making and
Okay.
designing bags. Why did I choose luxury? The thing is that I'm very particular. So
Okay.
most times my own style and always comes into what I do. I don't want to buy a bag now and then in 2, 3 years it's all done or worn out and all that.
Right.
I want to buy a good bag that would last. Nice design that would last. So it was easy. And then I found out that I could actually make these things here. We had the resources, we had the manpower, and so I just went towards that route. That was how I started.
Okay. And from bags, you now you make shoes as well, right? So you have like the slippers, you've got the shoes. Was that just I guess maybe just a natural second step to add to the business?
Yeah, over time, I had clients that wanted to match their bags with slippers. We do slippers now. We've not really started making shoes. We have
Okay.
that in mind for the future. So I had clients that will come, oh, I want a snakeskin slippers to match my bag. I want a croc slippers, I want a leather slipper. So it was only natural for me to just say, you know what, we can actually do this. There's a market for it, so why not?
Mm-hmm.
The same
Mm-hmm.
thing, it's
Mm-hmm.
same line of business. So that's how we started making slippers. And then we do
Okay.
other accessories. We do other accessories like wallets, belts, um, key holders, passport holders,
All
checkbook
right.
holders. Yeah, so we do those other ones on the side too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so talk about how you know someone who's business minded is you listen to your customers, right? So I hear you when you say your customers are already asking, okay, in addition to this nice exotic bags that you do, don't you have slippers to match? And you listen, you're like, hey, you know what? There's a market for it, there's demand for it. Sure, why not? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Congratulations on the launch of your new store. Now, is this the first storefront that you have, or is this another, like a second one? I guess, what is it?
No, no. This is the third store, but it's a much bigger space, and we have a lot of things we're going to be doing here. Normally, I have my factory where we make our bags
Yeah.
outside. So we're going to have like an in-house workshop here.
All
It's a
right.
much
Okay.
bigger space, and then we have space where we're going to start teaching people that want to learn how to make bags too.
All
So
right.
yeah, so I'm really excited about the space.
That's awesome. Congratulations. And it's funny you mentioned you're going to be part of the space is going to be used to teach people, right? How to make bags or how to do the crafts and all that, which is in my books giving back to the community. So let's talk about that, right? Your shop or your business, your bags are handmade locally, so you're employing people within the community, right? And that's called empowerment. You're there in the community, you're employing people in the community, and you're using the local artisans within the community. And now I hear that you're going to start training
Yeah,
people. So is this I guess this is the next step in as part of the ways to give back to your community.
yeah, definitely. What I realize is we have a lot of good artisans in Nigeria. Fantastic. They can do pretty much anything you want them to do. So it was easy, and then I wanted my bags to be strictly handmade. That restricts you a bit, but there's something about handmade bags. There's a detailing, and it's very, from my name, it's Ahme Couture. It's very
Yes.
like one of a kind of thing. Not two bags are the same, as opposed to doing like a factory mass
Mm-hmm.
production, the stitching and
Right.
all that. So we wanted our exclusivity in our brand, and then giving back. I get people. I started having people come, and they would tell me, "Oh, ma, please, do you teach?" my want to learn. A lot of people were interested in coming to want to learn from us. And I didn't have the facility to accommodate that. So I thought about it. I said, you know what, Ahmed, this is a way of helping. And most of them were young girls. They were like, oh, your bag is amazing. We want to learn from you. And I'm like, okay, I can actually use this as a means to like educate and give back to these young girls. Most people that approached me were girls. Some were in school, university, some that just gone out of school before they go to college. They want to learn something. So yes, that's how I came up with, you know what, we can actually give back by teaching these people how to make things. And yeah, all my artisans, 80% of them are all local people. And they're amazing. They're amazing.
Wow. And it speaks volumes. And I think the one thing I really appreciate about just this story that you just told about trying to pay it forward, trying to teach, people who approached you, hey, can you teach us how to, make these things? Can you teach us how to, hone in on our craft is just the fact that you are willing to even do that, because some other people, right, will probably just sit back and say, well, but wait a minute, if I teach these girls how to do this, then won't they become my competition? But you have taken a step back and you're like, no, 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 no. The more people I can train, right, the more opportunities for collaborations, the more the community benefits, the more
Yeah.
everyone becomes better for it, right? And that
Yeah.
is the mentality to have. So kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The market is wide enough for everybody. That's the truth. You can't occupy the whole market. It's a huge market. So why not? Oh yes. It's
Yeah.
and then there's something really satisfying knowing that there's someone that looks out to you and like, oh wow, we admire your work and we would want you to teach us. It's really it's a nice feeling. And then yes, you want to impart that person because tomorrow the person is still going to say, oh, I learned my craft from this woman. And hopefully they will do well and even more than what you achieved. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
good thing to leave behind.
Mm-hmm. And you're right, talking about legacy, it's a good legacy to leave behind. And it also, hopefully, they also pay it forward, right? So that chain continues. You're paying it
Yes.
forward, they then pay it forward, right? And then the whole community, the country is better for it. It's fantastic. It is. Well done. I'm so excited. I'm not even there, but I'm excited. But this is good. So where do you see, I guess before I let you go, where do you see Ahme Couture in the next like 2 to 5 years? Like, what's the vision for the brand? I mean, obviously you want it to grow, right? But what are your
Yeah.
thoughts? Hmm.
Well, the vision for the brand has always been for the brand to be a well-known name in the bag industry or in the leather fashion industry.
Okay.
So we've not even scratched the surface at all. We're known in Nigeria, but we want to go international. We
Okay.
want people, when we're talking about bags, and they would mention handmade couture. So that's
Mm.
really what we're looking for. In the next 2 years, I'm looking at having stores all over, starting from maybe America or the UK, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Asia. So that's what we're looking at. And now we're talking with people that are interested in partnering with us.
Mm.
So that's really what it is. I like to take my vision in years, like 5 years plan, 5 years
Okay.
plan, 2 years plan, like that. Just break it down so it's achievable, not
Mm.
starting with my 10-year plan. So like that, that's really what it
Right.
is. Yeah.
Right. It's called also smart goals. You're smart about it, right? And then because when you break it up into chunks like that, it's easier to achieve than having this
Yeah.
massive, okay, yeah, in 10 years time, this is what I want to do, and then not really having to. So kudos to you. Kudos. Last question before I
Mm.
let you go. What kind of advice would you have for people who are watching this show and who love what you do? I mean, they're already seeing, they've seen some pictures of your bags, the shoes on my show now, and they're thinking, you know what? I've always had this creative design within me, and I've always wanted to like do this, but for some reason, something's holding them back. Like, what would you tell them?
Just start. Trust me, don't let anything hold you back. Just start. I remember when we started, I always tell people the best thing you can do is doing something you're passionate about. It's so key. It's so key. That passion drives you. Even when there are a lot of challenges on the way, it drives you. Sometimes I'm sleeping and I'm like, oh no, Amen, you need to do this. I'm writing things down. I'm doing all that. Do you understand? It drives you even when it's difficult. The terrain, especially Lagos, Nigeria, it's not an easy place to do business. But because of the passion you have, it drives you. Just start. You don't have to start big. I didn't start big. When I started, we started with like 3 bags and we started with clutches. So with time, we grew. And then another thing is be very good in what you do. Because no matter where you are, the product will sell itself. You don't have to be there. You're walking past, somebody is carrying a bag. It's the product that sells itself. So I always tell people, you can't be mediocre. No, be very good in what you do so that it will sell itself. And start. Trust me, if you keep waiting, oh, I don't have money. Oh, how will I start? What will I start? I started from home. I started in my house. For over a year, I was working from my house. And then I couldn't employ my own workers, so I outsourced. Which was easier. So I go, make me 3 bags, I design, I sketch, I get my letter. Don't wait, just start. That's really what I would advise people.
Viewers, you have heard it all. The fantastic, delectable Ahme telling us, you know what? Just start. Seriously, just start. And that's really what it is. Because the longer you wait and the longer you mull over it, and I'm sure there's some of you out there who've been waiting and mulling over an idea. And if you really check it, maybe it's been years now you've been mulling over it. So think about it. It's been years. Ahme says, just start. Just seriously, just start.
Because another thing I notice is, trust me, there are like 100 people with the same ideas out there. Oh,
You're
yes.
right.
So you can't just wait to start. There are about like 100 people with the same ideas. So if you keep mulling and like, before you know it, you see someone come up and you're like, oh, wow, that was what I was thinking of. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. You're right. No, thank you so much, Ahme, for coming on my show, for enlightening my viewers. I learned so much about you. I mean, your work is fantastic. Your handbags. Look, if I like say the next time, or maybe if you come to Yankee soon enough, I'll buy a bag. But it looks like the next time I'm in Nigeria, I'm definitely coming to your store, right?
Please
and I'm getting me one of the bags. Yes.
Please
yes.
Please
I will do. I will do.
Having me. It was a pleasure. Wow, Yobosa. In fact, let me let your audience know. Iyobosa and I were in secondary school together. Iyobosa was like the top in our class. Oh my gosh, she's so intelligent, herself and her brother. Fantastic, pretty, and the top. Iyobosa used to take all the awards.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Oh my, you remember? I'm surprised you still remember that. That's been almost 30 years ago now. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And we are grateful for the gift of life. You know, it's not for nothing that the Almighty has kept us, you know, for this long, and you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, people are doing their thing, and what the goal is that hopefully one day we'll all come together, right, to just celebrate that gift of life. But I do appreciate your time, Ahme.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thanks. So viewers, there you have it. Conversations with Yobosa. These are the kinds of people we'll bring on the show. So just share their stories, share their vision, and show us that, you know what, it is doable. Go for it. You know, if you have that idea, just start. Ahme says, just start. So until the next time on my show, if you've not subscribed to my show, please, I don't know what you're waiting for. Pico, Lao, I will even speak Benin to you now. Lao, go and subscribe to my show, okay? Conversations with the Yobosa. Share and like the link. Until the next time, I say you stay safe and have a super sparkly week. Bye now.